Joining us now, South Carolina Democratic Congressman James Clyburn. He's also national co-chair for the Harris-Walz campaign. Congressman, it's always a pleasure to see you. Today marks 100 days since President Biden dropped out of the race. How do you think these 100 days have gone?
Well, thank you very much for having me, Jose. They've gone incredibly well. As you know, when you have a situation such as we had, things had to move very quickly. But no matter how quickly you move, if you don't have an effective candidate and one who is well experienced in what needs to be done, it will not go well. This has gone extremely well because Kamala Harris is very effective, very efficient, and she has run a very good operation, and I think we'll succeed on November 5th.
Congressman, you know, when you talk about the situation such as the situation we had 100 days ago, I'm just curious, have you spoken with the president in these last 100 days? I mean, how's he doing? How does he see things?
Sure. I've just spoken with the president several times in the last 100 days, and I think things are going very well with him. Joe Biden is one of the most patriotic people you'll ever meet. I got to know him very well, working together, doing things that ran sort of in concert with South Carolina and Delaware. A lot of people don't know the similarities between our two states. That's how we got to know each other. Brown v. Board of Education, both South Carolina and Delaware figured very prominently in that case, and that's the basis of our relationship. And I'll tell you this, as kind and gentle as he has a spine of steel. And I've been saying to people who seem to be so worried about what may or may not happen when we get to this election after November 5th, if he were to lose, I'm not worried about that at all, because Joe Biden will not tolerate the foolishness that Trump has perpetrated before. And Kamala Harris, as vice president, will preside over the Senate when that transition takes place. So I think we're in a very good place. All we need to do now is just win the election and worry about those other things later.
Yeah, I mean, the president hasn't been doing a lot of campaigning for Vice President Harris. Former President Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama certainly have. What impact do you think they're having on this race?
A very positive impact. Michelle Obama, I thought that her speech the other night, as well as her speech at the Democratic Convention, were two of the highlights of my political career. I've seen a lot and heard a lot of speeches, but I do believe she has captured the moment in both those instances in a way that few people can. And of course, Barack Obama is one of the best connectors to audiences, and he has done very, very well. But all of the Democrats who have been out there have acquitted themselves very well. I think Walz is exactly what the country needs at this particular juncture. He's middle America to the core, and I think we've got a great ticket. I think we're going to have a great and beneficial result on November 5th, and this country will continue its trek toward a more perfect union. That's what we're all about, an admission. We're not a perfect nation, never will be a perfect nation, but should always be in pursuit of perfection. And we shouldn't be turning the clock back, which is what we get from the other side. Project 2025 is nothing but Jim Crow 2.0. You cannot go through that 900+ page document and not see and feel what I see and feel in it. I lived through Jim Crow. I remember my parents voting for the first time after the 1948 decision that allowed them to vote in the so-called white-only Democratic primary. So that is not what we're going back to. But if we allow this Supreme Court to continue to be packed, we are going to see Jim Crow 2.0, and that is not good for the future of this country.